Funding for this program was made possible by WQED's members, the Allegheny Regional Asset District, and the Pittsburgh Foundation. Thank you.
I like to consider them as edible pieces of art.
My favorite cookie is probably the chocolate chip.
Here's our cookies. We won't burn them.
This makes look more festive with different kind of decorated cookies on a tray.
Really amazing to see the level of imagination and detail that goes on into making those things.
I hope
Thank
you
you
guys
very much.
enjoy it.
I like whatever that's called I just ate, but
The cells are just like, you just eat them like that.
Once the whiff gets to you, it just makes you have a big craving for it.
Christmas to me is just the most wonderful holiday.
Would you like a cookie?
We get so many new people.
Cookie was delicious.
We love the cookie tour.
It's a way of getting the community together.
It's super fun. It's just a really nice way to kick off the holiday season.
My name is Genevieve Barbie Turner, and I am the Marketing and Communications Coordinator for the Lawrenceville Corporation. The Joy of Cookies Cookie Tour is in its 16th year in its official capacity. It initially started back in the late 90s where businesses came together. It was only 3 or 4 businesses. They just wanted to coordinate their holiday sort of sale, basically, saying, you know, how do we kind of get people to all kind of come down? And so they decided, oh, we'll put out some cookies. People come down, enjoy some refreshments, do some holiday shopping.
I decided to participate in the cookie tour. I've been doing it for many years now, and it's always a time where people from all over the region really come to Lawrenceville.
It's a really genuinely innovative, down-home way to bring people to the community and to just share the holiday spirit.
It just kind of grew every single year, and now this year we're going to have 40 stops and 16 take-a-break locations, and it's now spread out to all 3 of the wards in Lawrenceville. We have 2 trolleys that are taking people from one side to the next. They have a gingerbread sign at each location that's giving out the sample-sized cookies, and then they have little stop signs for a take-a-break. So the take-a-break is where you'd enjoy a cup of coffee, get some lunch, you know, because you're walking from one side of the neighborhood to the next, so you gotta stop and get a cup of coffee to go with your cookies.
And the cider is delicious too.
Thank you very much.
What's the most exciting thing about the cookie tour is how each business kind of takes it and runs with it on their own. It's really a celebration of the holidays as each person kind of chooses to do that. The selection of cookies is always incredibly diverse.
I like the ginger snaps that we had here.
I make a cream cheese spritz cookie in the shape of a Christmas tree. It's the cookie that my mom made every year at Christmas time.
Double chocolate mint chip. There we go.
Nice. We have oatmeal golden raisin cookies, which were baked by us at home.
We're just out with a few friends. Most of them are from Pittsburgh, but some of them are from out of town, and we're just showing them Lawrenceville, the cookie tour, the different businesses, and of course here to eat cookies, maybe get some ideas for what to bake this year.
Every stop on the cookie tour not only has cookies but also recipes for the cookies.
I know there are a lot of avid recipe collectors.
Did you get the recipe?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Almond
Almond
cookies.
OT
These
cookie.
are fantastic. Thank you so
Oh,
much
yeah.
for making these for
It
us.
is.
I think that shopping locally is a Pittsburgh tradition. Lawrenceville, it's a village within a city. You're able to walk to the place to get the thing that you need. The cookie tour is a celebration of doing just that. It's really just about bringing a little bit of cheer to this awesome neighborhood.
Snickerdoodles are ready! Here, Ray.
My name is Camden Dawes. We're in Beechview in my home right now, getting ready for Cookie Day, which we do every year. Every event to us is kind of big, so we brought up our karaoke machine and we'll sing, we'll laugh, we'll dance, and we'll just have a good time. We have a large family, an extremely large family. There's Aunt Bunny, my mom's sister, Brittany, my sister, she lives in Maryland, and then my older sister, Jaleese.
Maybe another minute.
And then Jarrett, he's 23. Nicole, she's 23. Eric, he's 22. DeRay, she's 20. Shay, she's 17. Essie, she's 14. Micah, 13. Kaden, 10.
You can definitely tell we had a good time making the cookies. My favorite part of Cookie Day is eating the cookies.
I like mixing all the ingredients together.
I'll have a great day eating my lovely cookies.
These are so good.
He does not share his cookies.
If there's like no more and someone wanted, I'll split it in half.
Once you smell the cookies and you get the whiff of it, it just smells like you're in Grandma's house because you know Grandma bakes a lot, and that's what my grandma did.
We've been doing it since we were little with my grandmother, not knowing how special it would be at this point, because before it's just like, oh, we're baking cookies with Graham, and then for our kids, it's like, oh, we're baking cookies with Guy. But now that they're no longer here, it means so much more.
We've been through a lot lately, and so I enjoy every moment of being around my family.
I had an older sister. Her and my mom both died of breast cancer. Since we lost them back to back, this year's going to kind of be difficult, but I know they are here with us. This is my mom. Everything. This is her tree. This is her ornaments. They're the reasons why we keep the tradition going, because they would be mad if we didn't. I wanted to carry out the cookie tradition for the kids so that they can carry it on. I think why it was so important to her because she liked to give it out to the church. Time to bag for the church.
Oh, I want a bag.
That was Caressa's way of giving someone a gift that was not just something store-bought, but it was from her heart. Everything that she did was from her heart.
My favorite memory with my mother making the cookies is her burning some. She'd forget because we get so caught up in conversation and enjoying each other that we'd be sitting there and we're like, what's that smell? And she'd say, oh, the cookies.
Maybe we could keep that tradition alive, burn at least 2 pans of cookies. There's something about Grandma's baking. When I was little, my grandma used to make just raisin cookies, and those were so good.
My favorite Christmas cookie, I would say snickerdoodle. You have to make the dough a day before, and then you roll them in the sugar, and then they just bake, and they get so soft and moist and delicious. All the flavors come together.
Chocolate chip, that's just a classic cookie. Everybody likes chocolate chip.
The sugar cookie smell reminds me of whenever my grandma made sugar cookies.
I just love being with my family. It's just something I look forward to every year. Knowing we're all going to get up early and put on our pajamas and bake cookies, I was excited.
We love getting together as a family. I know when I was little, I loved it. I think the kids like it too because it's always a good time. It was my mom's tradition, and I know she would want us to keep it going because family was so important to her.
Cookie Day! Cookie Day! Cookie Day! Cookie
Christmas, it's insane. We basically keep this place open 18 hours, 16 hours every day, and just everything's made fresh, so everything has to be made that day.
What makes us special is we do all our cookies from scratch.
I'm Michael Runco.
I'm Nancy Runco.
We're Nancy B's Bakery.
The best bakery in town, right?
This is kind of word of mouth that this place kind of gets out there. You're coming into a lower level basement, maybe garage thing. But the issue is the cookies that keep you coming back. And of course, Mike and Nancy as well.
My mom and I have owned it, ran it for 34 years. Hey, how you doing, sweetie?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Can I get for you today?
I'd like to get a half dozen of chocolate chip.
Yeah, they just took them out of the oven. People will say, I'd like a dozen when they come in. And you know they're talking about chocolate chip cookies. I've never had anybody eat one of those and frown after they ate one. No matter how bad their day was or how terrible life's going, And if they get a warm chocolate chip, it changes their whole mood.
But everybody likes a variety. I mean, there's people who love the snickerdoodles and the oatmeal.
But we do sell close to 150 to 200 dozen chocolate chips almost every day out of here.
3 chocolate chips, 3 peanut butter.
You got it? I'll pack them up. I'll be right back.
We'll get that for you.
During Christmas, we have a lot of friends and really good customers. They come in and lend a hand and help us with the long hours. And for them, it's very relaxing and it's a change of pace. And they really enjoy it, and we really enjoy their help.
They make the best cookies, and their popularity is just growing and growing and growing. That's why I volunteer, because you can't keep up with it if you don't have help.
And we have the best customers.
Oh, and
because you're one of them.
yeah, I buy cookies here every week.
I never have a cookie at home at Christmas time, do I? No, because we have to sell everything here that we can make.
Last year we had over 20,000 separate orders. Some are half dozen, some are, you know, a tray of cookies, some are a basket, but some are 300 dozen, 200 dozen.
We get hospitals, people sending gifts.
We usually cut off cookie orders mid to end November.
When we get so booked, we put a sign on the door, pick up orders on.
We apologize to people, but there's only so many hours in a day to bake.
The benefit is when you put the cookies and the pumpkin rolls and all their stuff out on Christmas, you are certainly the hero at home.
We do a lot of stuff for the troops, especially during the holidays. If a customer has a relative that's in the service, they'll give us their name, we put it on the list and to send overseas. We had a relative of his that came in once, probably 17 years ago. They asked to have us send a dozen of cookies out to him, and we did so. And he came in, and I asked him where he was from, and he reminded me who he was, and he remembered the cookies and wanted to come say thank you. I thought he was from Pennsylvania. He was from Michigan. That really struck a nerve with both of us. I've never been in the service, and I don't realize how important that is and how awesome it is to have something from home. So we decided every month we send a box out to a different unit, different group of troops. We've had tons and tons of positive feedback, and we really appreciate what they're doing over there. A lot of families don't get to see each other. You know, I spend the majority of my life with my mom.
And he's so lucky. Most of the day.
Most of the time, I'm very lucky. There are times I feel not so lucky.
I feel it's very good to be around good people.
Great people, great family.
Get a little taste of Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, I tell them they're the best cookies around.
I appreciate it. A lot of our customers have become our lifelong friends.
Yeah, we do have the best customers.
We're real lucky, real lucky.
For those that don't come downtown, we ought to definitely come downtown. There's so much going on. Hi, I'm Anita False. I'm from Highwoods Properties. I'm the Marketing and Events Coordinator here at PPG Place. We started our exhibit with about 100 houses. Every year we've increased. This year we are going to have close to 700 gingerbread houses created by various individuals, groups, families, all kinds of people around the whole community. The gingerbread house display comes together piece by piece. We start out with just tables in the room. We have 70 tables in here that as people bring them in, we place them on for judging, and then we separate them by size. We start out the week before, we put risers and we put tables on top of tables, cover everything with snow. Underneath it is a bunch of boxes and risers and wooden structures. But when you come in on light up night is when we open, it's sparkling. Every house is placed and it just gives a great look. It's just amazing how it comes from a bunch of tables to a winter wonderland. Originally we did it as just a display, and we decided it would be nice to do something for a charitable organization, so we tied up with Children's Hospital's Free Care Fund. It's a free exhibit, however, we have a box here, we collect money every year.
Carefully. You're gonna love mine.
I do love yours.
I'm Henry and I'm 4 years old. For this red stuff, I used like red cake casing stuff. See that sign? It says Duquesne and Klein.
I think the gingerbread houses, kids build them in kindergarten, so it's one of those things, you could do that as a little child with your parents build the house and you just stick every candy you have on it, to someone that wants to do something very elaborate. It could be for all ages.
I was looking for another helper.
My name is Christina Kapinskis. We're at Pittsburgh Conroy, located in the north side, and I am a middle school multiple disabilities teacher. My classroom has been entering into the gingerbread house competition for approximately 7 years. However, people in this building have been doing it way before I got here and probably will continue to do it way beyond that.
Oh, you guys are good helpers.
The making of our gingerbread house is always organized chaos. There's a lot going on and everybody has their own agenda. The gingerbread competition is a great opportunity for our kids because they get to showcase their skills that they work on through our program constantly, like sorting and assembly. They can incorporate adult daily living, which is like cooking and cleaning up. So it has become part of a tradition for us here at Conroy. We take the tea and then they go to Market Square and they absolutely love it because it's all decorated for Christmas. They get so excited to go and then they get to see what they built. They're like, oh my gosh, it was at school and now it's there. I think Christmas time in Pittsburgh is awesome, especially when it snows and the gingerbread houses are downtown and they have ice skating. It's just literally a brilliant time.
PPG Place has become a holiday tradition from when we started the Santas years ago in 1983. And with the addition of the gingerbread houses, there are families that come year after year, build year after year, and then there are other families that just come year after year to see them. They all have their own opinion, which should be first, which should be second, and it's very fun to watch their reactions to the whole display. The winter garden, when you come in when it's complete, is actually magical. Everything reflects on the glass around the room, so it is very festive. There's Santas around the world, there's gifts, there's presents. With 600 houses, you smell the gingerbread the minute you walk in. It is absolutely spectacular. You cannot help but get in the Christmas spirit. It's a wonderful place to be.
Just the very traditional sugar cookies is what I think of when it comes to Christmas. The way that anybody would decorate a normal Christmas tree in their home, I can decorate it with icing instead, and then you can eat your Christmas tree in the end. My name is Jasmine Cho, and I'm the creator of Yummyholic. Yummyholic currently operates as an online bakery. I primarily work out of my home in Squirrel Hill. Sugar cookies are my specialty because they are the canvas that I work with to create edible art, and they are truly a labor of love because you have to make the dough and then roll the dough, you cut out the shapes, and then you make the icing, and then even mixing all the different colors of the icings is really time consuming, and then you start icing directly onto the cookie. Once I have the base coat done and it's all dry and ready to go, I envision the picture in my mind and then just kind of start from there. I also like creating different types of sugar cookies. So instead of just the traditional vanilla bean, I create the chocolate sugar cookie and the Earl Grey sugar cookies, and those smell really wonderful too. identify as an Asian American baker. I like being able to sort of bring both of these cultures that I grew up with and creating this business out of it that I love. Asian pastries in general tend to be hardly sweet at all, whereas Pittsburgh's more traditional bakeries, their pastries are a lot denser, richer. My treats are like right in the middle. When I think about why I started pursuing baking, it's the one thing that really lights up my eyes and makes my heart flutter. I mean, it makes me come alive, and I think it's because it really does the best at channeling all my creativity. Baking cookies and cupcakes doesn't seem like it could change the world, but by following what lights me up, I could then inspire other people in that type of way. When it comes to the holidays, it's all about gifting, so you're always thinking outside of yourself. What I do best is baking, so I'm like, well, why not bake for our firefighters? Basically, what I wanted to do is just show my appreciation for all of Pittsburgh's firefighters who just serve us with so much courage every single day. So I prepared almost 1,000 treats for 30 fire stations.
I think it's great, and these will probably go pretty quick.
Hopefully it brings a smile to their face. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, we will. Don't worry, we'll enjoy it.
Yeah. When you bake for somebody, you're sort of communicating to them that they definitely mean something to you.
We appreciate you bringing them down.
Especially with the milk.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice, you know, when people in the community come in and show their support to us.
During the holidays, though, I think more people do drop stuff by.
It's nice that the holidays brings about that type of spirit, but giving and helping other people should be something that's practiced year-round. But it does tend to become a little nicer throughout the holidays to think outside of yourself.
Christmas to me is just the most wonderful holiday. It connects us with family and friends. I'm Rita Pratt. We are at St. Rita's Church in Connersville. My sister, Ange Ditto, when she was living years ago, she wanted to do a bake sale, so she wanted to do the Italian cookies. She started out with 3 kinds, the biscotti, the pizzelles, and the knots, the Italian knots. And they did that for several years, plus they added other kinds like Lady Locks and thumbprints. They used to take orders for those, and the orders just were overwhelming. So when I became president of St. Rita's Christian Mothers, which is the organization that does this, I decided just to go back to the original, the 3 kind. And we don't take orders, we just open the doors at 9 o'clock and it's first come, first serve.
I like to make the knots, you know. They're simple to make.
Just keep the colors separate. Yeah. We start right before Thanksgiving because we make 1,200 dozen of the knots. We do about 800-900 dozen of pizzelles and biscotti.
These knots are the best knots I ever had in my life.
I usually come in about 6:30 in the morning and I mix the doughs, and then all my wonderful ladies come in. The dough's ready, they sit down and they start making their pizzelles. The pizzelle dough is a very simple dough, you know, but I'm not going to give you my recipe. The girls let the pizzelle iron get real hot, put a little bit on the iron, close the iron, hold it for a few minutes, and when you lift it up, they're cooked. Well, the biscotti's a little different. You know, you have to mix it. It takes a lot of flour and shortening and eggs. You have to have a stiffer dough, and you roll it in a log and you flatten it out and you put it in the oven to cook. When the logs come out, then we slice them at an angle. We put those back in a pan to be toasted in the oven, so you get that crunchiness. Some people call them love nuts, some people call them wedding cookies, some people call them Christmas cookies. They're just Italian nuts to us. But we make 1,200 dozen of those because they're just one of the best sellers and people really enjoy them. Our pizzelles, I don't know, they just like them, and the anise flavor sells most. So I don't know if people don't get them all year, and then at Christmas time, they want a pizzelle.
Well, they're nice and crispy, and they're not any trouble to chew. they're very tasty.
The cookie sale has grown. Years ago, we would have them till about noon. But then as the word got around, they want to be here early and they want to get them, so we increased of what we made. They come early. They line up outside at 7 o'clock, and usually they're down the steps around the building. And when the doors open 9 o'clock, it's a little like Black Friday.
We're almost out of here by 10 o'clock or 10:30.
I have people come from Greensburg, Pittsburgh, Uniontown, and they'll call in September, want to know the date of the cookie sale. So they come from all over.
And that's a reject.
You go visit somebody, you bring a tray of cookies. I think just bring people closer in holiday atmosphere, they all look forward to cookies. It's just awesome to see all this camaraderie. It's not only a fundraiser, it's time when these women come and they put their whole heart and soul into this, because this is what they're doing for their church.
And that's always a wonderful thing to see, and certainly is in the spirit of Christmas.
All the cookies we make here bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Christmas to me is just everything. I look forward to it every year.
Asking me to pick a favorite cookie here is really difficult. It's like picking your favorite kid. I do like them all.
My favorite Christmas cookie is a biscotti.
I like the anise flavored pizzelles. I know some people like the vanilla and some people like a lemon. Gotta be straight anise flavored.
Snickerdoodles.
Whoa! There you go.
Our favorite Christmas cookie.
I think about my mother-in-law's pizzelles. I absolutely love them. They go perfect with a cup of coffee, and they're just that perfect balance of like buttery and sweet.
I like the artistry that goes into gingerbread houses. They're very cute.
I like chocolate chip cookies.
Merry Christmas.
I always think of the image of like Santa Claus being left chocolate chip cookies in a glass of milk.